Hey, beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. This reading is going to be timeless. I set an intention for it, so I guess that it will find you whenever you need to hear it. And this message is super powerful because it explains why sometimes it's really hard to accept what is coming. We got the fates. And the fates is talking in the first place about karma, about acceptance, about we don't have control over things sometimes, and if we don't accept it, if we have different expectations, in the end those expectations are bringing us some anger, and we don't want to live with this anger because anger destroys us. And anger comes when we expect something and that something doesn't happen. There is a serenity prayer that I want to read for you. The serenity prayer sums up the meaning of this card. It's like, God, please grant me the serenity to accept things that I cannot change. Because in the end, we are fighting always. Because there's something that we cannot accept, but it's out of our control. And so give me the courage to change the things that I can change and the wisdom to know the difference. There are many things, many situations that we didn't have control over and we didn't like them, especially in the past. It could have been happening that some situation brought you in a place of discomfort, brought you in a place of why this is happening to me, and also in this victim state. And it's normal at a certain point of our life to be in a complaining state because, in order to awaken, there are many things that are going wrong. I mean, at that moment, they seems to be wrong. Just later on, we realize like, okay, that thing that happened to me didn't really happen to me. In a way, it happened for me to let me grow, to let me understand, to bring me in the place where I need to go. It's like the universe bringing you where you need to go. That you like it or not, the universe plays its rule. God plays his game. And if we like the game, it's amazing. Life is beautiful because we accept everything that comes. But if we don't like the game, it's much harder. And I realize that in a way, all the spiritual work, we have the Hermit card, all the spiritual work is done because awareness needs to come to us. So we need to become more aware, and we need to become more aware of the light that we have inside and on the spiritual powers that we have, and that we are never alone. Because many people are scared and they say that they are being left alone when life is tough. But in reality, this is not true. We always have our guides. We always have our angels, our guardians, and they are there to guide us, to protect us. So when you feel that something is off and you feel alone, it's not true. We are never alone. The fact that we feel alone is because we cannot feel God enough. And this is another talk because it talks about purification. We are not purified enough to feel God, to be one with God, to feel loving, to feel joyful, to feel that blissful state, to be in that blissful state. And to reach that blissful state, we need a lot of purification. And some purification can start by doing spiritual practices like Kriya Yoga or like yoga in general, just breath work, meditation, pranayama. All of this is connected to other layers of our existence that we cannot see. We think that we have just one body, but in reality, we have more and more. I will talk about that later on. And, by working just on this body, on this physical body, is not enough. We need to work inside because there are some techniques, that are breathwork techniques, pranayama techniques, that are working to more subtle layers of ourselves. And so this card calls out the fact that in life, we need also balance. And by being alone and by becoming more aware of ourselves, we can reach that balance. We can go for that goal. So we don't need just to take care of our physical body. There is our body, our mind, and our spirit. There is three things that we need to balance out. And this card calls about this balance. So if right now there is something off that you don't do, if, for example, you are not treating your body as a temple, you are treating your body bad, eating too much sugar, smoking, drinking, doing bad things for your body, eating too much meat. If you are in that state, know that life needs to be a little bit more balanced. So if you are not doing meditation, if you are not doing your daily practice, even 5 minutes of breathing alone, these need a balance. So assess right now what is the part, what is the area of your life that needs more balance. Because, by getting this balance, we are building solid, firm foundations to overcome every obstacle. Mountains in the tarot, they represent obstacles. And when we are balanced, whatever comes, we don't care. We just feel super energetic, we feel super good, we feel super at peace, that we are able to accept more. We are more in that state of acceptance. And know that if nothing came until now, things are shifting. Life is shifting. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And on this card, you can see clearly that all the seeds that you were planting, they are starting to build. They already have the roots, and they are starting to sprout a little bit. And you cannot see all the picture, but you see there's way more roots than the plant. The plant is small, but the roots are big. And so this is saying that whatever you are doing, don't stop nurturing it, because you are doing an amazing thing. And even if you don't see the fruits right now, it's time to start seeing the fruits. We got the word card. The word card is an ending and a beginning, ending and beginning. So something that didn't work in the past is ending, and a new cycle is starting. So you will see that the fruit of your labor will come out soon. If you are not seeing already the fruits, you will see them very, very soon. So never lose hope. Just remember that we have no control, and that God has his own timing. The universe has his own timing. Source has his own timing. And sometimes we get frustrated because their timing is not our timing. And we expect everything to come quickly, because we are in an era where everything comes quickly. Even if you go on Amazon and you buy something, you expect it for the day after. You don't want to wait for 3 days in order to get what you want. And, years ago, this was different. So the society, the speed is going up. We are becoming more and more impatient. But, the more impatient you are, the more you will suffer. This is a suffering that can be avoided by just realizing, okay, why shouldn't I be patient? Why should I think that I know more than God, than the source, than universe? Because there is a bigger plan, there is a greater plan, and we don't see it. And maybe something that is not happening today is not happening for a reason. So we need a little bit of peace, and we need a little bit to, yes, focus on our goals and try to change the things that we can change, but don't expect to change everything at your command, because it doesn't work this way. We came here for lessons to learn. Our soul has lessons to learn. And until we don't learn that lesson, we cannot expect everything to come. So it's time to realize that the karma that we brought into this lifetime and the situations that we are living, they may depend from something from past lives that we don't know. And this karma, we are working on this karma. And by doing spiritual practices, you work more on the karma. And you know that even every thought creates karma. Our master, our guru, Paramahansa Vishwananda, says always like, you cannot avoid to create more karma right now, because even thoughts are creating karma. The only thing that you can do is become more aware and avoid to create massive karma. So avoid things that you can avoid. And you know, one thing that we don't realize is that even from what we eat, we choose or we don't choose to create karma. If we eat meat, we are creating karma because we are participating in the general karma, in the collective karma of killing, slaughter animals. And this is why most of the people that are on the spiritual path are becoming vegetarian or vegan, because we need to realize that we can survive even without that. And so from my personal point of view, I don't eat meat because I believe that there is this karma and I don't want to participate in this karma. So plant-based food is the best. And I realized after 5 years that my life has changed and that I feel better. So just awareness is the point for today. Be aware of what you do, be aware of what you can change and what you cannot change, because the decisions that you are taking today consciously will bring you that evolution, that spiritual evolution that you are craving for. If there are things that you still don't understand, it's fine. They will come later on. But acceptance is the word for today. So I hope this reading resonates. Let me know in the comment below what you think about this. And as always, I'm sending so much love, and I'll see you in the next one.